name is Becs.
And I am Galutrad.
And today we are going to talk about nom-nom-nom-noms. Food.
Nom-nom-nom-noms. We're talking about Pac-Man?
Oh, yes.
The Om-Nom-Nomagon?
What Pokemon would Pac-Man be? Voltorb, I guess? He's just round.
Voltorb with a bite out of it. Probably Snorlax, Munchlax.
Yeah, I could see it. Well, he's got full circle when he closes his mouth.
Snorlax is...
Basically a full circle.
Basically a full circle, so...
No, we're going to be talking about food in the Pokemon video games. Not even the mainline games. I almost said the mainline games. Not even. A couple extras
Just
in there.
video games in general.
The Pokemon video games, yeah. And we're excited to talk about that. It's a great topic of conversation. I'm assuming this is coming out sometime near or after the holidays. So, food.
Yeah. I guess so. Yeah, that would be the case. It should be our first episode in the new year. So.
Okay, perfect. So it's good timing.
Yeah.
But before we get started, Galutrad, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well.
Good.
I got back into Baldur's Gate and have been playing that quite a bit, and I'm gonna finish up my one book for the new year. That's very exciting. I'll have read one whole book in 2025.
Okay.
That's fun.
Perfect.
And I'm excited for the new year. I'm excited for getting started with a bunch of different goals, like so many people are, but this 2026 just feels like it will be different. Because I've tried different stuff around the new year, like everyone does, but this just feels like I'll have more staying power with stuff that I want to do and new things that I want to try. So it's been good, but excited for new games in the new year. Excited for I haven't jumped into the Pokemon ZA DLC just yet, but I'm excited to do that, and I'm hoping to maybe do some recordings for it for our Patreon and YouTube. But yeah, it'll be good. How about you? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I did finish my book challenge finally.
You did.
I was so close to not finishing it on time, but I did do it despite us having quite a bit going on.
Yeah.
And I also started playing. I finished Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yeah.
And I started playing Dragon Age Veilguard recently.
Yeah, and it looks great.
And still shiny hunting that stupid sword.
Bex will never finish Pokemon ZA because Honedge will never shine.
Honestly, I may have gotten frustrated. It's possible that I got frustrated. There's a chance. A small one. And I may have looked it up, and it immediately looked like it was like the best way to catch a shiny Honedge, and it immediately looked like the indoors, and I was like, no, and I shut the video off.
Yeah.
So I might,
because you have yet to be really spoiled on stuff.
No, I haven't been. I haven't been.
Yeah.
So I might stop, which is gonna make me. I hate giving up when I put this much effort into something.
Sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna stop and actually play through the game because I really do want to catch up so we can talk about it. Like you and I need to have a good
spoiler
and a spoiler-free review.
Yeah, that'll be fun in 2026.
Yeah. So I might give up my quest for now. I'm just always sad because when we do those, when we do the things to get the free Pokemon.
Yeah.
Everybody has shiny Gigantamaxed, not Gigantamax, Alpha Pokemon.
Oh yes.
Everybody does in those, and I'm just like, I want to be cool and have shiny Alpha whatevers, but it may not be in the cards right now. I may have to just quit and play and organically get whatever shinies I get. Although I have a lot of every other Pokemon in that section.
Yeah.
So
that's like Zone 4, I think, right?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty
the
sure
cemetery is where Honedge is. Yeah, and the shiny's so cool.
It is very cool.
The normal's fine though. It looks like the Master Sword. I don't know why I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I need the other one. But it is what it is. Well, I don't want to say the phrase you hate. Before we dive before we get in the kitchen and start cooking.
Yeah. The one episode where meat and potatoes should be
before we get into the deli meat, the turkey and pastrami of this
actually makes sense in this episode.
It does make more sense in this episode, but I'm really trying to not say it anymore because you hate it so much. There was something else I said the other day and someone was like, that's not a thing. It was something about, I don't know, but I looked at Allie and Allie goes, it's a Midwest thing. And I said, okay, well that makes me feel better.
Okay.
But there's something I said the other day, and everyone looked at me like, "What does that mean?" I was like,
Oh,
okay." But yeah, let's get into some listener feedback.
yeah.
Over on Spotify, we got a message from Colin, and I don't have my glasses on. Colin said, "Yeah, season 2 is here. This is 100% my absolute favorite podcast." And then it looks like a bunch of laughing emojis.
Face. Yeah.
And then it says, "My favorite normal types are Bidoof, aka HM Slave, and Star Raptor. I know it's a dual type, but I have nostalgic memory from Star Raptor from Pokemon Pearl. Amazing podcast. That looks like 10,000 out of 5 stars.
Out of 5 stars from Colin.
Thank you so much, Colin. We appreciate that ranking. And yeah, we pick dual types all the time.
All the time.
It's hard not to.
No.
Yeah. If we we could do an episode. Here I go again. We could do an episode on Pokemon that only have one type.
Yeah, we
and
could.
what our favorites are.
We could.
That could be a thing. But
That
anyway,
could be a thing.
we haven't done that yet. And so we always pick dual types. So no worries there. Those are great choices. We have a friend, a dear friend on, or he was a member of the Nintendo Pow Block podcast for a while with you, Dan. His name is Dan.
Yeah.
And he's obsessed with Bidoof.
Yes, he is. He is not into Pokemon, but he loves Bidoof.
Yep.
Bidoof is his favorite.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
yeah. Always shout him out whenever a Bidoof comes up.
I just saw Shiny Pachirisu for the first time in my Pokemon card game.
Oh, okay.
And I want to catch one.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're in ZA.
Just like Cell.
Oh, Cell has a Shiny Pachirisu?
Remember, he hunted one for a long time
pink.
in Legends Arceus.
They
Yeah,
have
you could go back into Arceus and hunt one.
I could do that.
Yeah. If you wanted
in
to.
4 years. No, I just had to share that with you because I thought it was cute. I totally forgot until now. But yeah, those are great choices. Thank you so much, Colin.
Yeah, thank you. Also over on Spotify. Also over on Spotify on our The Power of Science is Amazing episode, Zelda/Pokemon/Kirby enthusiast wrote, "I started my journey in Pokemon in Shield and enjoyed it very much, starting with Grookey.
Aw.
I've went on to play Shining Pearl, Violet, Let's Go Eevee, and Legends Arceus. And then Red Heart, White Heart, Red Heart, White Heart, Red Heart, White Heart. Go Team Vileplume and Team Hisuian Zoroark."
Ooh.
So I disagree. I think Team Victory Bell is a little bit better, but I love that you have got to play so many of the newer games out on Switch. Love that you're clearly a Nintendo fan. I too am. We too are Zelda and Pokemon and Kirby enthusiasts.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much. That Team Victory Bell though.
Is Team Hisuian Zoroark something that is us?
No,
That's just just shouting. Just a fan.
Just a fan of Hisuian Zoroark. Yeah,
Perfect.
and I guess like maybe there's something going on between regular Zoroark and Hisuian Zoroark. And honestly, I gotta say, I actually kind of like Hisuian Zoroark a little more.
I was about to look them up so we could make that judgment real quick. Ooh, I agree.
Yeah.
The color palette for normal Zoroark is cool,
good.
But we've already figured this out. We love our ghosty, spooky Pokemon, and that's definitely spooky looking.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
But yeah, thank you so much, Zelda Pokemon Kirby enthusiast, for your comment.
Thank you. On Spotify.
What
I'm gonna call it when it gets on my nerves. And then on our website, which you can find for yourself at anotherpokemonpodcast.com if you so choose.
That's right.
Love that get that little plug in.
Get a little plug in.
Our dear friend Coconut sent us a message.
Yep. Left a comment. You can leave comments directly on episodes on the website.
I knew that because I am a co-host of Another Pokemon Podcast. Coconut commented on our Having a Ball episode, which is the episode where we talked about all the different kinds of Pokeballs.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "I went down a list of all the Pokeballs, and I gotta say, Gal is spitting facts yet again. The OG Pokeball is simply too good to beat. Just a sleek, clean, evergreen design." Actually, it's not evergreen, it's red and white. Just kidding. Okay. I know what evergreen means. Although I do find myself using the heal ball sometimes for my more cutesy Pokemon. We talked about this. I also use the heal ball and like the love ball for the cuties.
That's, I think in that episode I talked about how I wanted to try and match up Pokeballs to the Pokemon that like would represent them more. Let me tell you that in Legend ZA, I still only used Pokeballs.
You are such a menace.
Because
what do you do with your other balls? Do you sell them?
No, they just sit in my bag.
Well, there's money to be made.
Yeah, but there. I don't need to make it that way. I've got plenty of money.
We sound like the couple on Little House on the Prairie, the angry one. No.
There's
money to be made, Nelson. We do.
Yeah, but maybe in Generation 10, we might get some Generation 10 news in 2026. Mm-hmm. So maybe in Gen 10, I will finally give up just the regular Pokeball and try to use other Pokeballs. I will say, actually, we did something, me and Crispy, my friend Crispy and friend of the show, who's now been on the show, Aaron, mm-hmm. When we went to the Las Vegas regionals, we did a very cute thing where we each brought 2 Pokemon to our team that we made. And for the first time ever, I used Pokeballs because each person that brought their 2 got to pick the ball that they would go in.
Oh,
so I have a team of
you had to use them.
I had to go catch Pokemon because I didn't have any in that ball type.
That sounds like something Aaron would come up with to punish you.
I don't think it was a punishment. I thought it was a pretty cute idea. It was cute. It was fun. It was like cute. A way to I'll always have our team represented. Yeah.
Love that. Perfect.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Coconut, for the comment on the website.
Yeah. And then over on YouTube from Mordred Pendragon 7997 in our Water Those episode, which is all about our favorite water types. Mordred says, my favorite water type Pokemon is probably Tapu Fini or Suicune. Also, Galutrad, I hate to actually you, but my twin is a zoology major who wants to be a zookeeper, so I know a thing or 3 about animals. As it turns out, otters are part of the Mustelidae evolutionary family, the weasel family. So otters are in fact weasels, and I don't know what to do with this information.
Actually, it's Mustelidae.
Okay.
I think it looks like it's Mustelidae based on this.
I know where this is coming from because of Buizel, who is a weasel, not an otter. But I don't like that information. I'm going to continue to live in my little bubble.
It's cute. I wonder if
they're cousins.
How I call Ganon our muskrat.
Yeah.
I wonder if the muskrats are also weasels.
Maybe. They're cousins. I'm gonna say they're not. I'm gonna ignore zoology completely and just continue to live in my world of loving otters.
The muskrat kind of looks like a beaver, but it's a rodent.
Yeah. So, but thank you. Thank you so much for the info. Normally, I would love to know that sort of thing, and I really appreciate it. But I love my little otters, so I will continue to just ignore that. So I guess we'll give a little special shout out to Buizel as being a cute little otter guy, but it's still not. We have Oshawott, so I'm fine, and Duwat.
I'm gonna start buying you weasel products.
I'm going to start throwing away weasel products or donating them. Thank you so much, Mordred Pendragon.
Yeah, thank you. I love, if you have more animal facts that you can tie to Pokemon so that they're relevant. Or you can just send us animal facts. I'm also okay with that.
Either way, we love it.
Yeah, I love learning more like that.
Yeah.
More about different things.
Yeah. Even if I choose to ignore it.
Well, thank you to everybody that gave us feedback. You can continue to leave us feedback through comments or DMs on all of our socials. Mm-hmm. We are Another PKMN Pod on Instagram, Twitter, at Blue Sky, Threads, all of the things. And then you can also reach us at anotherpokemonpodcast@gmail.com or at our website, anotherpokemonpodcast.com, like Coconut did. And most importantly, what really helps our channel the most are the 5-star reviews that you can leave us on anywhere you can hear my voice, but podcasts and Spotify seem to help us the most as far as the algorithm goes.
Absolutely.
So thank you.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. It's a great and free way to support the show.
We appreciate you. Also, I just realized you said this is coming out probably around the new year, right?
Yeah, I would
Happy
think
New
so.
Year.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, listeners. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Oh, and happy holidays.
Happy
in general.
holidays, Happy New Year.
What's the future like, you guys? Is it okay? Does it feel good?
My favorite jokes are, and I only get to do them once a year, are the I think I mentioned this the last time we celebrated a new year on the podcast, where it's like, I haven't showered since last year. Oh my God, I'm starving. I haven't eaten since last year.
Yes, you do love those jokes.
I love those jokes.
And only
They're
you
so
love them. Just you. No, happy New Year, guys. We're looking forward to continuing to celebrate Pokemon together in 2026.
Well, and I think I hinted at it, or I think we talked about it on the last episode that came out, but we will have blogs coming out in 2026. We've behind the scenes, we've got a couple blog writers that are writing for us, and we're so thankful for them, and we're so excited to share more about them and share kind of the Another Pokemon Podcast team that's coming out. So
sure.
Look forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Are you ready to get things cooking?
Yeah, that was a very good. Yeah, that was good. I like
did
it.
That earlier.
Oh.
We are going to be, like we talked about earlier, we're going to be talking about food in the Pokemon games. So not the show, not the movies, just video games.
No jelly donuts here. Although maybe jelly donuts,
Brock's
but
Snow Chew Stew.
Yes,
None of that here.
Yeah.
But we are going to talk about different variants of foods with the games. So we are going to kind of go in like order, like timeline order, not timeline, that's the wrong word, like chronological order,
video game release order
ish yeah, because there's some games that aren't the mainline games that we've added
maybe be
in.
out of order, and this isn't a fully comprehensive list. I would say, like, we did our best researching stuff, but like there might be something that we missed.
There's gotta be more, but we really focused on like the things that are the not like a gimmick for the games, I guess, for this specific episode. Would you say that?
No, just like food items in the game, and some of them are gimmicks depending on
blank.
Some of them are gimmicks depending on when the game came out, or like what the motivation behind the food. But some of it is just food that's in the game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like mine just naturally lean more gimmicky. I think the ones I researched just tend to.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
Sure.
So I'll get us started with Gen 1. So the very first video games to come out for Pokemon, there is food in those games, but it's pretty few and far between. You can get like items like lemonade and stuff like that to heal, but one of the closest thing to food in that game is the bait in the Safari Zone.
Oh, yeah. That is Pokemon food.
So when the bait is so in the Safari Zone, you've got bait and rocks, and it's pretty commonly believed that bait is what inspired like berries.
Okay.
Like the concept of berries.
I could see that.
And then that inspired future food for sure.
Yeah.
So the bait in the Safari Zone, when you use bait on a Pokemon, when you encounter a wild Pokemon in the Safari Zone, you can entice it with food and it will stay and grab a snack.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to make it angry or aggressive, you can throw a rock at it.
Awful.
Which is horrible. Yeah, that would make me angry too. And that's just like the different ways to, because you have these horrific Pokeballs we talked about in the Pokeball episode we did called Safari Zone balls.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're called Safari Zone balls, right?
Safari
Park
balls,
park
balls, yeah.
And they're horrible. They're useless, and you can't fight these Pokemon in the Safari Zone. So you have to try to do things to mitigate or increase your chances of the Pokemon staying, running away, being upset, whatever.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the things that you use to do that is the bait.
Yeah. I think somebody out there, I believe, did the math though and was like, just throw the ball. Like just
Oh, I hardly ever do the bait. The only time I
Yeah.
do the bait or the rock is if I've thrown like a ball like 4 times and I'm worried it's gonna do
Yeah.
something. So I do some. I'll like try to change it up. But yeah, it is challenging. It's like
Yes.
kind of ridiculously challenging to catch Pokemon in the Safari Zone. But like that's the point. Is
Yeah.
you're not catching it like you would fighting and then decreasing their health and catching it that way, or statuses.
A little weird that they would allow you to catch Pokemon in the Safari Zone though. Because it's supposed to be like a national park where like they're allowed to run free.
Yeah. I didn't make the game.
I'm not
and
judging it.
Do you want me to go back in time?
Please do.
And let Game Freak know, hey,
yeah.
not
well,
this.
I mean, they corrected that.
I think and I'm about to talk about it. I think they continue to really lean in. I mean, it's super obvious in like games like Black and White, but I think they really start to lean into, oh, we probably shouldn't throw rocks at these imaginary animals. like they really start to like cater more to Pokemon.
We talked about it with Pokemon Snap.
Well,
okay.
that's where I'm segueing to.
Okay.
Because in Pokemon Snap, which we did talk about already, bait clearly inspired Fluff Fruit.
Yep.
And Fluff Fruit, this is in the new Pokemon Snap too, and I don't think it was called Fluff Fruit until new Pokemon Snap.
No, it was just apples.
Which I did not know.
Yeah.
Or at least I didn't recall it until I was reading. But the Fluff Fruit or the apples are used in the same way the bait is used. They're used in order to attract Pokemon, sometimes even hidden Pokemon, to get them to come out. And it's obviously a little bit more effective than the bait, and it's a little bit more enticing looking than the bait too. Because I don't even know if you can see the bait, but I just imagine like fish food or something.
Yeah, I think if there's an animation, it's probably like just little dots.
Yeah. So the Fluff Fruit is cuter and it's better, and it basically allows you to obtain cuter pictures of Pokemon because they're happy when they get their Fluff Fruit, and some of them start to dance or jump around and eat their food, and it's cute. Or sometimes they fight over the food. I think there's a couple of those. So that's like their way, and of course, instead of rocks, they've got like the pester balls. They don't hurt. Like they try to up the ante with Pokemon Snap. In Hey You Pikachu, there's actually a ton of food in Hey You Pikachu.
Is there really?
There's hundreds of items, I'm pretty sure, and a lot of them are food.
Oh my goodness!
So I didn't list them all. I literally just wrote on my notes. I wrote various food and ingredients.
Sure.
But one of the main mechanics. So Hey You Pikachu, for those of you that don't know, because I don't think we've talked about it very much on this podcast.
No, we have not.
Did you ever play it?
No.
Oh, I've played it.
I remember the Hey You Pikachu specific Nintendo 64.
Yeah, I almost bought it as an adult, but it was broken. The little Pikachu didn't Pikachu
would
anymore.
Not be good.
Yeah, it was rough.
But I always was envious of that, but I never actually played Hey You Pikachu.
It's a little rough with the mechanics just because it was ahead of its time, like a lot of Nintendo mechanics and games and systems are. So the talking didn't always do what you wanted to, or it was delayed in the gameplay. But it was very cute. You just interact with Pikachu and solve problems and help Pokemon in the community that you're in and that kind of thing. It's very it's like a little life simmy type game, or like a pet simulator. But one of the mini mechanics of this game is food, because it's a pretty basic game. And I have an example for you guys that I thought was cute. I actually watched the playthrough of it because it's been years since I've played Hey You Pikachu. But there's a mission called Caring for Caterpie.
Yeah.
And you literally just have to keep these Caterpie alive. So in order to do that, Pikachu has to take care of them and watch them and comfort them. But Pikachu also has to feed them rosebuds when they're hangry.
Interesting. I mean, that makes sense for a caterpillar.
Yeah. So so Pikachu will go and like zap rosebuds and pick them up and carry them to Caterpie. But you have to tell Pikachu to do all this. Like, he does not know how to do it by himself. He's like, what do you mean? What do I do?
That'll be a fun game for us to play for the show eventually.
Yeah, it'll be fun. But yeah, so that's just an example. But like I said, there are hundreds of items in that game. It was kind of overwhelming, and I was like, oh, I'm not writing all these down. I'm not even copying and pasting them. But definitely encourage you guys. There's some funny playthroughs of it on YouTube. So definitely encourage you all to check it out if you've never seen footage of it before. And then in the Generation 2 games, Silver, Gold, Crystal,
Sure.
we really start to get to a base point where we will continue to just grow on.
Yeah.
A tree, if you will.
Yeah.
That will continue to grow on. Where the berries were introduced for the first time. And they are basically they're found in trees along the routes that you walk in. And these berries are, depending on what the name of the berry is, what type of berry it is, they have different effects on your Pokemon. In Gen 2, the berries are only held items. So you have to give it to a Pokemon to hold. And the idea behind that is it's a natural item instead of like a potion.
Yeah.
So the Pokemon knows what to do with the item and will use it.
Yeah, I always get a kick out of that because I remember that as a quote in Gen 2 every time I go to put like Silk Scarf on a Pokemon in the newer games where I'm like, let me just put this natural pair of glasses on my Pokemon.
Right.
Because they don't know how to use man-made stuff.
But it's that is definitely a frustrating mechanic that they clearly fix later that you can't just give. So like if you have to just see if your Pokemon will become paralyzed in order for the paralyzed Cure Berry to work. I guess you could strategize, and if you know you're about to fight a electric heavy trainer, you'll probably be paralyzed. If you know you're about to fight a poison heavy trainer, a bug trainer, you'll probably be poisoned. So you could strategize like that, but you can't just, your Pokemon's paralyzed after the fact, give it a paralyzed berry because it won't work.
No, you still had to use the paralyzed potions and stuff.
But it's not as concise as just being able to give it.
It's not as quality of life.
Yeah. There are only like a handful of berries in the beginning, and they're all very aptly named. The normal berry just restores 10 HP.
Yeah.
And it's just called a berry. There's no special name to it. It eventually changes its name.
Yes.
But then there's the bitter berry, which cures confusion, the burnt berry, which cures burn, the gold berry, which restores 30 HP. I don't even remember that. I don't
remember that either.
But apparently it's a thing.
Huh.
The ice berry, which cures freeze, the mint berry cures sleep, miracle berry cures any status condition or confusion. So that might be helpful to keep on your thing, on your Pokemon. The mystery berry restores 5 power points.
Yep. Poke points or power points, I believe.
Points.
Yeah.
And the very aptly named paralyzed Cure Berry cures paralysis, and the poison Cure Berry cures poison.
Which is PRZ and PSN.
Yeah, very
the PlayStation
specific.
Network Cure Berry.
Yes. So that's how berries began. They were just very basic. You plucked them. They eventually grew back. Because the way it was day and night cycle was introduced, so time passed. In this game, and that is it.
Yeah, I really like the trees in Gen 2 that give the berries.
Yeah, they do look really cool.
I like how the berry like sits on top of the tree. It's very cute.
It is cute. Although my favorite berry trees are after Gen 2 because I like the different types of looking trees.
Oh yeah, the different shapes and stuff.
And I like the mechanics of planting and growing
too.
And stuff. So Gen 3 is where it gets better, I guess. There's a lot more berries.
Does it get berry better?
It gets berry better. There's a lot more berries that get introduced, and some of them get a complete makeover. Like what I mentioned earlier, the berry becomes the Oran berry. So that's now the health berry. I did not list, and I will not read all 50 whatever berries, but there's a huge amount now. And the differences, really, the key differences between Gen 3 and Gen 2 are that they, other than the fact that some of them got more creative names, like, for instance, the poison cure berry is now known as the Pecha berry. Yeah. So it sounds a little bit more, it doesn't take you out of the world. Yeah. A little bit.
It would be really weird if like carrots
help you see
help
better.
You see, and we called it, this is the see better vegetable.
Yeah, they're just better. But they also, they have the same like idea behind like healing and curing statuses, but then there are also several new berries that have like specific flavor profiles, which we'll get into in a second.
Okay.
And then others that have effects on Pokemon, like raising friendship and base stats and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're no longer restricted as hold items starting in Gen 3, which is great because that was probably the worst part of Gen 2 berries is the fact that they were hold items. And then you can control where berries grow, which is awesome because you don't have to get your notebook out and write down where all the berries are located and what routes they're on like I used to do. You can pick. So if you were like, I don't really need any more Pecha berries, I've got plenty of those, but I do need more Oran berries, you can plant Oran berries and you can take your little Whalmer pail and you can water them and watch them grow, and it's so cute.
It is very cute.
It makes me so happy. So there's like a little life simmy thing that kind of comes. Speaking of which, I'm so excited about the life sim game. Okay, sorry.
Pokopia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so excited. So that's one of the things in Gen 3. The other major thing is we have our very first like creation food that you have to make in the game.
Yeah, I did not do this much.
What do you mean?
I didn't do the thing that you're about to talk about. I did not participate.
Oh, you didn't do this much. Oh, I loved the thing.
Yeah.
The thing it's for. I loved it. Pokeblocks were introduced.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think of Pokeblocks as like vitamins that you make for your Pokemon. You like smush different berries together with different profiles and different effects and different colors and flavor profiles, and you create a Pokeblock that you give to your Pokemon, and the goal of that is to increase certain qualities of your Pokemon to increase your chances of winning a Pokemon contest. We could do a whole episode on Pokemon contests.
We probably will at one point.
We probably should.
Yeah.
So every Pokeblock that you make has a different color, and that determines what quality it increases. So you can increase your coolness of your Pokemon, the beauty of it, cuteness, cleverness, toughness, or all of it, all of the above. And then there are Pokeblocks that you can also create that are called the plus variants, where you get like an increased boost of that as well. So when you are prepping for a Pokemon contest, you use berries to make Pokeblocks in a berry blender. The berry blender is found in the contest halls where you actually do the Pokemon contest. So you can go, I think you can go to like the right and make the Pokeblocks and go to the left to do something else. I can't even remember. And then when you make the Pokeblocks, there's a lot, it gets really overcomplicated.
Yeah.
There's a lot that you have to consider. So you have to consider like your Pokemon's preferences.
Mm-hmm.
You have to consider what they don't enjoy, what they like absolutely don't like to eat. And then like what category you're wanting to enter them in and what category you're wanting to increase. So you have to look at like your Pokemon's moves and what categories their moves are and what your Pokemon likes, and figure out from there what the contest makes the most sense for that Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then focus on increasing that variant. If a Pokeblock is blended to have a plus variant, it just moderately increases the category instead of slightly. So it like just a tiny bit more increase to what you want. And then you can also now use these Pokeblocks, you can use these to attract Pokemon in the Savari Zone.
Really?
Really.
I did not know that because I didn't participate in this mechanic.
So they have these feeders in the Savari Zone. They make the Pokeblock look huge because you have to be able to see it on your screen when there's one in there, and it's like it looks like the berries in the 2D Zelda games where it sometimes can like have like a smell or something, and you can see the smell of it drifting up.
Okay.
I don't know. Anyways, if that doesn't make sense to you, it's fine. But you put them in the feeder, and depending on the nature of the wild Pokemon, they will be attracted to the Pokeblock that you put there. And then basically what it means when you put a block in the feeder is that when you put a Pokeblock in a feeder, it's considered 80% effective, which means that if it works, the Pokemon with the specific nature that makes sense for that Pokeblock will appear within 5 steps from the feeder. and the
Mhm.
effects of the Pokeball disappear after you've taken 100 steps total. So, because that's how it counts time.
Yeah.
It's very convoluted and very complex.
Yeah, as is most things that should probably be simple math.
Yeah.
In Pokemon, as we have learned from talking about moves and such.
Yep. So now we're moving to Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Because that came out after the Gen 3 games.
Sure.
I couldn't find or remember any kind of food in Coliseum.
Yeah.
But in Gale of Darkness, apparently, because we have not played that yet.
No.
We will. We will soon when it comes to Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah.
They have these things called Poke Snacks, and this is an item that can be found and later purchased. And it kind of does the same thing as the Pokeblocks do at the feeders. You use it to attract certain wild Pokemon.
Interesting.
And it kind of just looks like a little piece of vanilla cake.
They just get a little cake.
Yeah, so like if you had like 8 of them, they'd make a full cake of Poke Snacks. Like it's kind of cute.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Good for Pokemon XD. Let them eat cake.
Let them eat. Let them have their cake break. So that's Gale of Darkness. It's pretty short and sweet. And then Diamond and Pearl, berries get another upgrade. They get another makeover. So the system works exactly like Gen 3 does, but there's 20 plus new berries added, most of which lower the amount of damage received by certain attack types.
Yeah, which is why there's so many different names, because it's like for the dragon type attack and for a fire type attack and for and whether or not it's super effective. Yeah, it's insane.
A lot. And then 4 of the new berries are unique in their effects. And I did write those down just because they are one of a kind berries. The Jaboka berry injures your opponent's Pokemon if it attacks the holder with a physical move.
Interesting.
The Rawup berry injures your opponent's Pokemon if it attacks the holder with a special move. The Mickle berry increases the holder's accuracy for its next move if its HP is low. I don't know what low is defined as, but if it's low.
Yeah.
Maybe when it's in the red.
Red or yellow, typically. Yeah.
And then the Custap berry allows the holder's next move to go first if its HP is low. So those are the unique ones that were added.
Cool.
But it's just the same as Gen 3 other than that. And then the upgrade to the Pokeblocks is the...
It does not sound like you think it's an upgrade.
The Pokeblocks are so confusing, and so are these.
Okay.
Is the Poffins.
Okay.
So there are 25 different flavors of Poffins. I did not write them down. There just are. You can look them up if you want to. I don't like getting on the podcast and just reading a list, so I did not write them down. But there are 25 of them. They are used to increase categories for contests, and different types of Poffins help determine which category increases. And just like Pokeblocks, the Pokemon prefer different Poffins based on their natures.
Yeah.
So rather than being made in a berry blender, we're going to talk about what's not the same. Rather than being made in a berry blender, which required accuracy, so you had to, it's like almost like a rhythm game. When you made it, you had to hit it right on the dot. The Poffins are made in a cooking pot, which is ridiculous and takes forever and is horrible, and I hate it.
Okay.
Because you have to it's just intensive and it involves stirring in different directions. You have to make sure the dough doesn't burn and do all this stuff, and it's just too complicated in my opinion.
Okay.
I have a hatred of Poffins.
Yeah, no Poffin mini game for you.
Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's complicated and annoying. I'm pretty sure. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. But
all the Poffin fans stand out.
It's just more intensive. You don't just hit a button. You have to stir and do all kinds of stuff to actually make sure the Poffin comes out okay.
Did they ask you to do more?
Poffins are also not labeled like Pokeblocks. They have similar concepts. They pull the flavor from the berries that you use, and then the result is a base color, which determines the primary flavor. And if there's sprinkles on it, that's the secondary flavor. And so if, for example, if a Poffin is green with yellow sprinkles, it's a bitter Poffin with sour.
Interesting.
As well.
Could be a good mix.
Yeah. So it just changes what category increases. And then last but not least, before we go to break.
Sure.
Poke Park games. Have you ever played that?
No.
Neither have I.
I believe that it's the thing that you use to move Pokemon from Generation 4 to Generation 5.
Oh, well, they have food.
It's like an app.
It has berries.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure, based on everything I've read, that these are truly just berries, like just basic berries. The berries in the game are used as currency, though. So rather than as a source of nutrition or medicinal purposes, you need it to buy things.
It's money.
Yeah, it's money.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like chocolate coins.
Could you imagine? It's just Poké Dollars or just chocolate coins.
Yeah.
That would explain why 10-year-olds are running around with 1 million Poké Dollars. It's just a bunch of chocolate coins.
Yeah.
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 Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
How cool.
Yeah.
Interesting to see where all of the food items came from, because it really ramps up after Generation 5.
I'm interested to hear your research on Gen 5 and above, because I was like, I looked at Gen 1 and I said, there is no food at Gen 1. But then I was like, oh yeah, there's the lemonade and then the bait, and I can see how that turns into berries.
Fresh water,
turns into
tea.
Right.
Yeah.
Like all the basic stuff. Coke.
Soda
Sprite.
pop.
So they have a Sprite.
I think they call it pop. I don't think they call it Sprite.
I think they call it pop
I think
or
it's pop.
soda.
Yeah.
I think they call it Coca-Cola, and Santa
No.
Claus is on the bottle. No, it's some generic name. But yeah, it's interesting to see how it's developed over time.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear how it continues to develop, because I know, like, I remember sandwiches, but I don't remember anything in between.
Yeah.
But yeah, speaking of Poke Snacks, go get one. Go take your little cake break.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we will be back with more food facts about from Pokemon.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Katie.
And we'd like to tell you about our show, Another Zelda Podcast. Whether you've been playing Zelda games from the beginning,
or just started with Breath of the Wild, we have something for everyone.
From deep dives into how the games are made, review episodes.
We even make top 10 lists and do a bit of music talk.
That's right. If it's about The Legend of Zelda, we cover it. Listen to Another Zelda Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
We'll see you there.
And we're back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I hope everyone enjoyed their break.
I hope that you got a Poke Snack that you liked based on the nature that you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
What if that's how people worked? What if we...
That kind of is.
What?
Oh, I guess it's not. It's palate, not like their nature.
Yeah.
Although maybe we didn't. Is there a study out there that's looked into that sort of thing?
Maybe your hatred of pickles is because you are not a sour person.
That's very sweet of you to say.
Did you ever think about that?
I do like sour food.
And maybe
though.
I don't like sweets as much because
you're mean.
I'm a grumpy person. No, I think it would be cool though if people like ate based on their mood or something. Like, I think it's neat. I guess they do.
Yeah, I feel
now
like
I'm confusing myself. Let's move on. Let's move on from it.
So anyways, in Generation 5, other than all of like the standard stuff, which I do want to take a moment to quickly talk about the kind of updated or the throwbacks to previous items, previous areas in other games, because I don't think this started in Gen 5. Maybe it definitely I don't know. I don't remember when it started, but you have things like the Rage candy bar, which is a reference to the Lake of Rage.
Oh yeah.
The lava cookie, the old gâteau, which is in reference to the old
Well,
Chateau.
now you're just showing off and picking out things I forgot about.
The Castilla. Well, but this is stuff that like goes through the generations as generations come. The Castilicone, Lumios Galette, Chaleur Sable, Pewter Crunchies, and then Big Malasada and Jubilife Muffin. So like that's kind of a cool little thing, which I'm saying that solely because in Generation 5, there's really not a whole lot going on with like mechanic wise for berries. It's
not at
mostly just berries. What?
You said there's really not a whole lot going on. And I said at all. The world's not at risk.
The world's not at risk.
Yeah, in Unova.
Oh, yes, yes.
My gosh, you don't even care.
No,
You
yeah.
just focus on the snacks.
But what I did find out in my research, because this is unfortunately something that I have not done myself, but I'm excited to go do it now. So there's an area called Village Bridge, and on the southeast end of the area is a small sandwich van called the Village Bridge Restaurant, which is noted for its specialty, a berry sandwich. There's a baker there named Chris, and once she is defeated, she'll ask the player to temporarily work for her, which triggers a little mini game.
Cute.
The object of the mini game is to remember the orders of the 4 customers, repeat them to Chris, and then serve them in the correct order. The player will then receive a lumberry as a reward, which lumberries are pretty rare in that game, and it can be done once per day. So you can be a little waiter and waitress. That's so
that
cute.
is cute. I don't remember doing that at all.
In Black 2 and White 2, the sandwich shop has been moved into one of the buildings. However, the minigame can no longer be played. So unfortunately, I mean, I guess maybe not unfortunately, that must mean that Chris was doing really well for herself and was able to hire a full-time staff and move into a building.
You know,
so
she has a brick and mortar.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Real quick, the lumberry is a really cool gift.
Mhm.
I was like, thanks for my berry for my day of labor. The lumberry is cool. That is the new name of the berry that cures all status conditions. Or confusion.
Yeah,
is cool.
It's super cool. It's a really good gift to have.
Absolutely.
So, but that's what I could find for Generation 5, Black and White.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. So they didn't have there's no poffins.
Not that I could tell.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is all that we see in Generation 5, but I do want to note that as of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, the Village Bridge Restaurant has become a chain. So once again, Chris is still
Chris did get successful.
doing really well for herself. And that chain is spread all the way to Hoenn, where one of their meals is the Village Sub combo, which includes a berry sandwich and fried berries.
Oh my gosh. Like a sandwich and fries or chips.
Yeah,
Very
but all
cute.
berry related. Which is interesting that even the humans are eating the berries that they feed to the Pokemon.
At least you could eat them all. There's no strawberries in Pokemon.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that? But then we start to get into the very gimmicky, very related to the story situation. On to Pokemon X and Y, Generation 6, where things start to get very gimmicky. We are introduced to Pokepuffs, which are a small cake-like confection. The Pokepuffs are used in Pokemon Me, which is the gimmick that is in X and Y. We're on the 3DS with the touch screen, which the DS had that as well. But
I thought you said Pokemon and Me.
And Me. I mean, that kind of works, honestly. What does a Me mean? Is a Me a thing?
Is friend.
Well, there you go. Pokemon Friend.
Which is the name of the app that you play to make stuffed animals.
Which a puzzle game.
Yeah.
In Pokemon Me, you use these Pokepuffs in order to raise the affection of a player's Pokemon. Players can hold up to 100 Pokepuffs, and if they earn any more, the games follow a FIFO system, which I think is great. It first in, first out inventory management. Good job, Pokemon. That's what FIFO means.
What does that mean?
Well, in food, it's especially important because you want to get rid of your oldest food that's been sitting in inventory faster because you don't want it to expire and have to be thrown out.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's interesting that Pokemon thought about that. I just think that's neat.
They put the milk that's going to expire tomorrow on the front of the shelf.
Yeah.
Wow, good for them.
Obtainable via minigames or as gifts from visitor Pokemon in Pokemon Me, Pokemon can be fed the puffs to increase not only their affection, but also their fullness. Pokemon will take bites of the puff depending on how full they are. And if they don't eat the whole puff, they will gain fullness, but not affection. So that's important to note. They have to finish their meal in order to like you more. A few Pokemon cannot eat Pokepuffs, and I thought this was really interesting because you'll catch on to what they are.
Oh.
These include Metapod, Kakuna, Pineco, Silcoon, Cascoon, Shedinja, and Spupa. They don't have mouths.
So how do they live?
They're cocoons. The same way butterfly cocoons live.
I guess they're like hibernating almost.
Yeah. That's why when you find them in the wild, they don't do anything. They
Can
just
we-
harden.
I'm sorry if this is not new information, but I just realized how cool caterpillars are.
Yeah. That's why I like bug type Pokemon.
No, not
yes, no, I know.
caterpillars.
I know. Yeah,
Although
they
they're
are.
cool too.
Yeah.
But like they just become a whole different thing.
Yeah. Metamorphosis.
I love that. I think that's cool.
It is
It's
cool.
very brand new information.
So a little bit of more information on the Pokepuffs. There are 5 different, we'll say, like styles of Pokepuff, which is basic, frosted, fancy, deluxe, and supreme. And they go from being not very decorated to super decorated in the game.
Okay.
And then there's also different, we'll say flavors, but it's really more color because it has nothing to do with like Pokemon don't like a certain flavor of Pokepuff. They like any Pokepuff
is
that you're willing to
nice.
give them.
Yeah.
So there's spring, summer, autumn, winter, wish, and honor. If I remember correctly, honor and autumn look very similar because they are both kind of like a chocolatey looking puff. And then spring and wish also look very similar because they're both pink.
I remember liking feeding them though, because they were like, it was the first time it felt.
Yeah,
A
like
little
you got to
more interactive.
interact with your own
I
Pokemon.
think you can do it too in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I'm pretty sure you can interact. Oh my god, they are so cute.
Yeah, aren't they? They're like little French pastries.
Yeah, the macaroons.
Yeah, they're
what they look
very
like.
cute. So that's what we got in Pokemon X and Y.
Very cute, very cute.
Then in Pokemon Sun and Moon, we got the Pokebean and also Malasada, which we did. I made you go on a crazy quest with me when we got to visit Hawaii.
Yep.
Maui specifically, but we we basically drove all over the island looking for
Malasada, and we got some.
wanted some. We did.
Yeah.
It was so good.
It was good.
Oh my goodness. Pokebeans, that's the big one though. Malasada is just there's a couple variants. There's the regular Malasada and then but we'll get into it. We'll get into it. Pokebeans are food introduced in Generation 7 that is usually fed to Pokemon. They also have other uses, such as roasting to make coffee, which I'm a big fan of. The beans can sprout into Pokebean stalks, which drop more beans, like on Pokepelago's Isle a Bean, which, if you've never been to the Isle of Bean, it's a fun little like mini, I wouldn't say mini game, but it's like a little area where you can collect more Pokebeans. Pokebeans come in 3 different varieties, the first 2 of which have 7 different colors, and the last variety is rainbow. Those varieties are plain, which give +3, patterned, which give +5, and then rainbow, which varies. Players can gather Pokebeans that have dropped from the Pokebean stock on Pokepelago's Isle of Beans, or they can receive 12 plain beans once a day from the Pokemon Center cafes when they talk to the barista. Patterned beans can be found by a player's Pokemon that are sent into haunted houses in the Festival Plaza. You can primarily utilize Pokebeans via Pokemon Refresh or at Pokepelago. Feeding a bean to your Pokemon in Pokemon Refresh will increase its affection. In Pokemon Pelago, Pokebeans have a few uses. Plain beans can be used to develop Pokemon Pelago Islands, feeding the Pokemon that do the work. So you can give them like a little snacks while they work.
Mm-hmm.
They can also be used to fill bean bottles, which require 7 plain beans. Any variety of Pokebean can also be placed into an island's Pokebean crate to temporarily enhance that island's function. And if a player visits a Pokemon Center cafe after having fed enough Pokebeans to all of their Pokemon, so if you go there and all your Pokemon are nice and stuffed and very full, you'll be rewarded with rare candies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which is very cool.
It's cool.
It's a quick way to level up Pokemon.
So, do you use the Pokebeans to make Malasada?
No, the Malasada is just, that's why I was like, it's not as cool.
Yeah.
Malasada is just, there are Malasada shops where you can order a big Malasada, which is an item that you can take with you, or they will sell different types of Malasada, different flavors. Howuli City sells sweet Malasada. Royal Avenue sells sour malasada and dry malasada, and then Miley City sells spicy and bitter malasada. And those work pretty much similar to the way that like the flavored berries and Pokeblocks do, is that they raise friendship for your Pokemon if your Pokemon likes that flavor, and if they don't, then it lowers their friendship.
And just so everyone knows, malasada is almost like a donut.
Yeah, it's like a
got,
raw
fried
fried dough.
Yeah, and cinnamon on it. But we enjoyed it.
We did.
We loved our malasada.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Team malasada.
Nothing felt better than playing Pokemon Sun and Moon while on the islands.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to like sit on the lanai.
Yeah.
And play our Pokemon game.
Yeah.
While we were looking at the ocean. It was great.
So that's Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Then we get into Pokemon Sword and Shield, and Pokemon Sword and Shield brings back a mechanic that Bex is not a fan of because it involves doing stuff for your food.
And guess who didn't make a lot of it? Me.
Pokemon Sword and Shield introduced curry, and boy howdy did it introduce a lot of curry. In Pokemon Sword and Shield, we were able to cook curry at our Pokemon camp as a fun optional activity in the game. You can cook alone or with up to 3 other players in a fun, simple minigame. You combine berries, a necessary ingredient, and a key ingredient, which is optional, to create different types of curry. Those different kinds of curry are just regular curry, spicy curry, dry curry, sweet curry, bitter curry, and sour curry. The cooking process has 3 main stages, which this is our mini game. The first one is fanning the flames in order to keep the heat just right. Where you mash buttons in order to fan the flame. The next one is stirring the pot without spilling or burning. So you have to stir it just the right amount with your joystick in order to keep it nice and spinning so it doesn't just sit on the pot and burn, but you also don't want to stir it too fast so that it spills out of the pot.
I hate all of it.
And finally, a quick time event where you put your heart into it for a perfect finish. And it's just a quick button press to time it. Getting the high score, especially with friends, is the key. The quality of your finished curry is judged by a taste rating, those ratings are Coughing, Wobbuffet, Milcery, Copperaja, and finally, of course, Charizard. A higher rating means better benefits. So your Pokemon will restore more health and PP. They'll gain more experience points. Their overall sociability will increase, which I think that sociability was the thing that made it so that Pokemon would be like, your Pokemon was almost knocked out, but it looked like it saw that you were going to cry, so it toughed it out, like that sort of thing. And then there are even chances to spawn wild Pokemon while you're cooking curry. And I know that was a very fun method for people to do shiny hunting, because not only would they be shiny, but these Pokemon that are spawned via these wild Pokemon that are spawned via curry cooking are marked with the Curry Connoisseur mark, which is unique and very cool. You may also receive an item as a gift from your Pokemon in your camp when you're cooking your curry based off of their friendship and their sociability level. So it's important to level that up. The ultimate goal with curry, though, is to complete the curry dex. Absolutely not. There are 151 unique variations. Doing this allows you to swap out. This is the weirdest thing I've ever. This is basically Breath of the Wild gave us Hestu's gift. Pokemon Sword and Shield gave us the curry dex. You can swap out your regular utensils for a golden version of them by speaking to the Camping King in East Lake Axwell outside of Motostoke. They don't do anything. Your utensils are golden.
Have you completed your curry dex?
Nope.
What are you doing with your life?
I know.
Stop playing Baldur's Gate. make
Make curry decks. Well, listen, that curry decks is going to take you a long time because each key ingredient can make a different kind of curry, which I've
Right.
already been over the kinds. I am going to list the key ingredients because there's not a whole lot, but
Oh,
there's a
Lord.
bit. So there's obviously curry, then there's sausage, there's Bob's food tin, box food tin, a tin of beans, which gives you bean medley, bread, which gives you toast curry, pasta, which gives you pasta curry, mixed mushrooms, mushroom medley, smoked poke tail, which is a
That better not be what it sounds
that
like.
is what it sounds like. It's a slow
No,
poke
what?
tail. There's a large leek, a fancy apple, brittle bones, a pack of potatoes, pungent root, salad mix for salad curry, fried food, boiled egg, fruit bunch for tropical curry, moo cheese, spice mix, fresh cream, packaged curry, which is interestingly called decorative, coconut milk, instant noodles, pre-cooked burger for burger steak curry, and then finally Gigantomix curry, which is used for Gigantamaxing your Pokemon.
Honestly, why does that curry sound
Burger
good?
curry.
We should do
Well,
that sometime.
They mean it. It's not like ground beef in a curry.
It's a burger patty.
It's like a burger
Yeah,
patty. Yeah.
I feel like this is not true, but it reminds me of Wendy's chili. They use their hamburgers
Yeah,
in their chili.
for their chili. Yeah.
That is crazy. I am deeply upset that we are still eating Slowpoke's tails in this year, our Lord and Savior's year of 2025, probably 26 at this point. I don't know.
Maybe even 2027 if you're listening to this in the far future. Are we still eating slowpoke tails? I don't know.
I hate that. Where is N? Where is he? Where are the
He
the
failed.
activists of
You
Pokemon?
as the trainer, the protagonist, failed.
Where is the Hermione Granger of this world? Why are we still eating Slowpoke tails? That deeply upsets me. However, that's really cool. I want to say something real quick so I don't
Yes.
sound just like a naysayer of all things complex.
Sure.
I do like the idea of there being different curries that you can make for your Pokemon, and the curry deck sounds hilarious actually, but the process, I am just not coordinated enough to do correctly. So I burn all of my everythings, my puffins, my poffins,
Your sandwiches. You don't even roast your sandwiches, but you burn your sandwiches.
No, I don't think I burned my sandwich, but I also didn't do that a lot, and I'll explain why when we get to sandwiches.
Sure.
But it just, I'm like, I want the little Breath of the Wild, the ta 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 ta, and then it should just be done. Like, I gathered the ingredients, or I bought them, or whatever I did, and I don't want to burn them. You can't make dubious food, I guess. That's like the equivalent. But it's less frustrating when you just click A than it is when you have to do all the
Could you
things and
imagine
burn
if
it.
Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom had like a cooking mini
No,
game that you
a
had to
cooking
do?
mama mini game.
And that was the only way that you could heal yourself is food? Because it is. There's no hearts.
I do want to quickly shout out the potato mochi and Arceus.
Yes, yeah.
It's not a Pokemon food though, which is why maybe that's what we agreed on, is that these are all food that Pokemon eat.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
But it is a like a critical part of that game, is you going to the cafe every day and eating with your friends, your colleagues.
Yeah. Well,
And it inspired me to cook it.
Yeah.
In real life. I'm pretty sure this Sword and Shield inspired you to make curry for the first time too.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I started making Japanese curry.
So it is cool. It's still a cool part, but it's just not. It's not something that I don't think the Pokemon.
Well, and I'm not gonna lie, Scarlet. Every time I play Scarlet and Violet, I'm like, man, I could go for a sandwich right now.
Right.
Sandwiches
look so good. Yeah.
So yeah. Thank you for your shout out
Yeah.
to Legends Arceus. Also, shout out to Pokemon Legends ZA for the donuts now that are out with the DLC. Speaking of sandwiches, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet has berries, obviously, because berries stuck around for forever. But it also has sandwiches, which is the big gimmick for this game. In Scarlet and Violet, sandwiches are made via, you can basically anywhere that you're at, as long as you're not in a town, and I don't want to even get into that because technically there's also tons of food that you can buy that's like not sandwiches in all the different towns in Scarlet and Violet. that's one of those that's so many to list that I'm just like, no, I'm not going to list them. That's way
There
too many.
do be food.
There do be food
Eat
that you
Scarlet
can
Violet.
go find.
Yep.
In all kinds, right? Like full meals, candy, drinks, whatever.
Well, and there's
you want.
restaurants in a lot of the
Yes,
games
yeah.
too, where you can battle and then eat whatever is there.
But they in those games they don't. The older games you don't actually eat anything. But like in Scarlet and Violet, you are picking out a meal.
In my imagination,
Sure.
you do.
Yeah.
Rude.
We're not in your imagination.
You should be.
Yeah, so picnics where you are able to create sandwiches. The sandwiches, the main thing that they do is frustrate you via a stacking mini game and then give you buffs. I would probably wager to guess that the most used buffs are the egg power buff and the sparkling power buff, because sparkling power makes you more likely to find shiny Pokemon, and egg power makes it more likely to find Pokemon eggs, which people use to increase the hatching speed of their hatching of Pokemon when they're breeding Pokemon.
The only one I've used is the sparkling one.
Yeah.
I think they force you to make a sandwich to show you how to make the sandwich, and then I didn't make one, and then you were like, if you're shiny hunting, you should make a sparkly sandwich. And I was like, fine.
Yeah.
So I made some.
And to be fair, the sandwiches do play a very important part in the story, because your legendary bike that you are riding has to eat sandwiches in order to make it feel better, which really that's from Mabostiff, Arwen.
Arwen. I think it's Arwen.
The guy, that guy, the guy that has the sick Mabostiff. It's actually really cute because you're going around Arven. You are going around finding Herba Mystica, aka HM, in order to heal his Mabostiff. And what ends up happening is that your legendary Pokemon that you are riding, either Miraidon or Koraidon, eats your sandwich and gains basically HM powers. It gains the ability to fly. It gains the ability to surf via going through water. It gains climb. It gains dash. But that's how they do HMs. But the sandwiches outside of that in the picnic give you different buffs. There's the egg power buff, which I've already gone over, catching power that makes you more likely to succeed in your catches, experience point power, which gives you more experience points, item drop power, raid power. Most of these are pretty self-explanatory. Raid power gives you more rewards from terror raid battles.
Mm-hmm.
Tidal power makes it more likely that you'll find a Pokemon with a mark. Sparkling power, we've already been over. Humongo power and Teensy power, which make the Pokemons bigger or smaller.
Mm-hmm.
And then encounter power that makes you more likely to find certain types of Pokemon. And there are more sandwiches than there are curry. The amount of ingredients that you can use is insane. I'm going to be honest with you. I would probably say just look it up. Just look up what you're searching for, because the trying to experiment in order to find, there are recipes in the game. You can do a recipe mode where your sandwich the ingredients will be pre-selected, but the best way to make sandwiches in order to get the exact powers that you're looking for, just look up a guide. Because my gosh, there are we have a Bex, I don't know if you remember this or not, because I think it's been a while since you played Scarlet and Violet, but we literally have a note that we shared between you and me and two of our friends, Shelby and Cody, that I had written up sandwich guide, and it literally tells you exactly what ingredients to use for each shining power that you want or encounter power that you want.
Yeah, I do remember that. Well, and it's if there's more ingredients than there are in the curry, then there's going to be more combinations of sandwiches.
Yeah.
And the fact that the fact that they have such good boost.
Yeah.
Genuinely helpful boost. It definitely makes and the fact that the second game is kind of annoying, but it's not hard once you get the timing down, I think. Is it timing, or there's not time, you're just placement.
There is a timer, but it's 9 minutes.
It's not hard, but and you don't have to make it perfect.
No.
But
and in fact, you don't even have to put the top layer of bread on. You can just toss that
an
to
open
the side.
face sandwich.
Yep,
yeah. But a croque madame, if you will.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we but even though it's not the French game. But yeah, it's less frustrating, I think, than like the ones where you could mess up 80 ingredients that you paid for, worked hard to get. Like I just think it's less frustrating.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of building, customizing like what food you want to get to an objective that you're looking for.
Yeah.
Like I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Instead of just guessing, throwing things at the wall and guessing, throwing sandwich ingredients at the wall and guessing. So
Yeah.
I think it's really neat.
So I have a question for you, Bex. As a little surprise.
What is your question?
What do you think? Because we have all these great instances of food in the Pokemon games.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think Generation 10's food will be?
Oh gosh, it depends on where it's going
Very
to be.
much so. Yeah.
Because I feel like, I'm not saying sandwiches are a UK only thing or something, but I feel like a lot of them do take inspiration from where they are.
Yes.
And so it really just depends. So like if it's like, I'm just gonna put this out there, if it's like if it's back in Japan, maybe it's different, like or Korea, or maybe it's different like instant noodles, or if it's somewhere in South America, maybe it's like, I don't know, some kind of culinary like rice dish, or or India would be great. If it's India, maybe it's like different kinds of naan or something like that. Like
that
I
would
don't
be
know.
Fun.
So it's probably based on whatever the region is, but whatever it is, I hope that it continues to be simple to create. I hope the cutscene is optional. May your cutscenes be optional. May your mini games be simple, and may your food be excellent.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I hope it's bread.
I think it'd be fun. I've always thought it would be cool to make like.
I hope it's Slowpoke Tails.
I'm so mad at you. I always thought it'd be cool to make like different like shakes or something.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Like I feel like shakes would be easy, like protein shakes would be easy
Yeah.
to take with you.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if you could incorporate like different items too, instead of just the ingredients. Like it'd be cool if you could incorporate like berries again,
Yeah.
or because you find so many berries
Yes, you
now
do.
in the new games with
Yeah.
the little sparkles on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think that would be neat. Or I really think instant noodles would be pretty cool. Different toppings for instant noodles
Okay.
would be cool.
Like ramen bowls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm saying instant only. Ramen bowls.
That'd be an example of it.
Or like, because they've already done curry for
Sword and Shield. Galar.
Wait.
The UK.
Wait.
Yeah.
I mixed them up. What is Scarlet and Violet's?
I think it's supposed to be based off of
Spain.
Spain. Yeah.
I don't think Spain is famous for its
No.
sandwiches. So maybe they've stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe that was just a cute little, because they have like the picnic thing.
Mhm.
And sandwiches are picnic items. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Spain is famous for its sandwiches. The answer is that we're all dying for. Oh, yes. Yes, apparently the rusty, crusty baguette-based bocadillo, or bocata, which can be filled with popular items like fried calamari, potato omelet, or cured ham. Or well, it's not jambon in Spanish, is jamon, I guess. I don't know how to say it in Spanish. I'm French. But look, it looks like the sandwich.
It does.
So maybe they are famous for saying, I don't know. So
Who
probably a
knows?
regional item.
Cheeseburgers if it's back in America. Or pizza. Pizza would be good. Now
We've
I'm just hungry.
We're already done, you know that.
Anyways.
But yeah, no, what do you have a specific idea for it?
Bread. I'd like bread.
Oh, the bread,
I'd like
okay.
Yeah, I'd like a kneading
Like
bread
baked
mini
bread.
game and putting berries and baked bread.
Cute. But no, that was really exciting. I like I like learning about the different foods. I'm glad we finally figured out what we meant for this episode to be at the end, that it was Pokemon food.
I mean, I wasn't struggling with that.
I was struggling.
concept.
I was like, we had like a thought behind this. It wasn't just here's food in the games. It was like, these are the things Pokemon will eat.
Yeah.
But no, I had a good time researching this one. I thought it was a fun idea. Good holiday idea, since good food is normally found around the holidays.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Different tea drinks would be good, like boba. Think about all the toppings you can have in boba.
yeah,
You have like
sure.
different flavored jelly cubes and
Yeah.
stuff. That's the next thing.
Maybe.
I've called it.
We'll have to find
Well,
out.
Pokemon
and
listens to our podcast.
Yeah.
The Pokemon Company listens to us. Yeah. Sure.
As we've not figured out.
Right. True. And they like you better, so they won't pick mine. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. If you want to share maybe what your favorite Pokemon food is in the games, or if there's something we missed, because there might be, or if you have like a favorite of these foods, or if you disagree that you love the complicated mini games for food making, I want to know if any of you have completed that Curry Dex. Galutrad has a new 2026 goal. He's going to complete the Curry Dex next year.
No.
But we'd love to hear from you, and you can share that with us anywhere on the internet on socials. It's at Another PKMN Pod.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can also go to our website, anotherpokemonpodcast.com, or email us at anotherpokemonpodcast@gmail.com. We're on YouTube. We're on everything. We're all over the internet, and you can reach us anywhere, anytime. Also, obviously, 5-star reviews help our channel. If you want to leave one of those and comment what food you like on that, you can. But yeah, we will see you.
We'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time. And
in 2 weeks.
Until then, go get a Pokemon snack. Even though cake break is over, go get yourself a snack. You've earned it from listening to us ramble.
Don't go get yourself a snack. Just get out.
Did you just take?
Yep.
Bye. Please get out.